Shiv Sena faction led by Eknath Shinde has nominated Avinash Rane to contest in Anushakti Nagar, challenging Sana Malik, daughter of NCP leader Nawab Malik. Now, Sana Malik, vying to retain her father's constituency, has faced stiff competition as Rane has stepped in with the backing of the Shinde group. This move signals an intensified battle in a key Mumbai constituency. It is Avinash Rane versus Sana Malik that the battle will ensue in Anushakti Nagar, where Nawab Malik's daughter will fight Shiv Sena faction leader Avinash Rane, who comes from the Eknath Shinde faction. Needless to say, it's not going to be an easy battle to fight, and both sides, the Mahayuti and the Maha that are pitting their best leaders against each other, as this is going to be a fierce battle in the Maharashtra polls, where it is also a battle of prestige for both the MVA and the Mahayuti. Now, the MVA has been reflecting differences with regards to seat sharing, and certainly something that has been a long-drawn obstacle for them to sort. On the other hand, the Mahayuti certainly faces challenges, given the fact that the Lok Sabha performance was not very good. But in terms of this particular fight, let me also cut across to Shravan Sen joining us from the newsroom. Shravan, Avinash Rane versus Sana Malik, and clearly both pitting their best candidates to ensure that their person wins. But how do you see this battle ensuing?
Well, this is an all-out war within the Mahayuti, particularly between the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister. Eknath Shinde taking on Ajit Pawar. What is abundantly clear is that Eknath Shinde, who's been extremely unhappy with the fact that Ajit Pawar has basically relented to what Nawab Malik essentially wanted. Now, just for our viewers outside Mumbai, Anushakti Nagar, which also happens to be a constituency in the heart of Mumbai, it's rather the eastern suburban Mumbai. What we are given to understand is that Nawab Malik essentially fielded his daughter Sana Malik. This was after there were reports essentially emerging that perhaps Ajit Pawar may not be in a position to field Nawab Malik from that very constituency. It was Nawab Malik who has been representing this constituency. It turns out that Sana Malik, who was fielded by the NCP, thereafter there was a change in the strategy. Nawab Malik immediately went in threatening that he will still continue to fight from Mankur Shivaji Nagar constituency. In fact, he had already filed his nomination as an independent, and immediately after that he's actually given a statement to the media that almost sounded like an ultimatum to Ajit Pawar. And within a span of less than 60 minutes, you have Ajit Pawar relenting to the demand that was made by Nawab Malik, and the ANB form, the nomination form, was basically given to Nawab Malik from that very constituency where he had filed as an independent. Now, let me just give you the larger picture here. The larger picture is this, that the BJP has been extremely uncomfortable, particularly the Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, who had taken on Nawab Malik when Nawab Malik was with Sharad Pawar. This was with regards to an alleged link with Dawood gang, and the fact that large amount of land was usurped, allegedly usurped by Nawab Malik, and his links to the underworld. That is exactly what the BJP had exposed at some point in time. Now, with Ajit Pawar cozying up with Nawab Malik, it perhaps raises more questions about whether at all, this entire alliance is now becoming completely untenable, perhaps pushing the BJP to the corner right now, forcing the BJP to take some action against Ajit Pawar, who has actually fielded Nawab Malik.
Shravan, do stay on with us, because Krishna Hegde from the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde faction is joining us on the phone line. Thank you for speaking to Republic. In terms of this growing rift within the Mahayuti itself, is there even a sense of resolution that can come about? Are the parties trying to solve it, or the BJP likely to step in? How would you reflect on this decision to cut on each other?
No, it is not a question of cutting on each other, but let me tell you that even within the Maha Agadi, that is the Congress, Uddhav Thackeray ji's party and Sharad Pawar ji's party, they also have, common candidates fielded in 5 to 6 constituencies. And similarly, in our Mahayuti, that is the Shiv Sena, Bharatiya Janata Party and the Ajit Pawar NCP, we also have, fights in 4 or 5 constituencies where a couple of the parties have put up candidates. As you are aware, there are a huge chunk of 288 seats at stake, and it is difficult when 6 parties are there to have a unanimous choice of candidates in each and every seat. And therefore, it is a decision taken by our Mukhya Netha Shri Eknath Shinde ji to field Avinash Rane against Sana Malik and Suresh Patil against Nawab Malik. These are technically our seats. Sana Malik seat was held by our father earlier, Nawab Malik. But it is our party decision. It is the decision of Eknath Shinde ji, who is the top leader of our party. And I think there is also a date of 4th November before all the withdrawals can take place. And we will see उसके बीच में क्या होता है, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा.
All right, Mr. Hegde, thank you for speaking to us on this matter. I request you to stay on as I quickly want to go back to Shravan with regards to what you said. Shravan, is the Mahayuti really in denial of the fact that they have their differences on the rise and they need to resolve it at the earliest?
Because we try and go back to Krishna Hegde right now, because we need a second confirmation to come in from Eknath Shinde's camp right now, because the list that they had initially put out does not make a mention of a candidate from Anushakti Nagar. So what has really changed in the last 24 hours? Because the question here is that, is this a decision that the party is taking, because they seem to have been completely embarrassed by the decision that has been taken by Nawab Malik as well as Ajit Pawar, and the fact that it perhaps makes it an extremely uncomfortable position for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and perhaps the Bharatiya Janata Party is also putting some amount of pressure on Eknath Shinde to take some sort of an action, send across a strong message that perhaps a politician linked to Dawood gang cannot be acceptable. We'll try and see if we can go back to Krishna Hegde once again as to what's really happening on the ground, because this is a massive war that has erupted within the Mahayuti right now, and Eknath Shinde perhaps is flexing his muscles right now, sending across a very strong message that it is unacceptable. Krishna Hegde is joining us. Mr. Hegde, one question that I want to ask you. We have the official list of the candidates that have been announced by your party. It makes no mention of your candidate from Anushakti Nagar, but however, this list came out much earlier. What has happened in the last 24 hours that you have last minute decided to field a candidate from Anushakti Nagar as well as from Mankod Shivaji constituency?
No, from the Mankod Shivaji Nagar constituency, the candidate was finalized much earlier. And the other thing is that there is no disarray or no trouble inside the Mahayuti.
What about Anushakti Nagar? You have clarified as far as Mankod is concerned. What about Anushakti Nagar? Was this a last minute decision?
See, I have not seen the official list as yet, but let me tell you one thing very clearly, that there is no rift within the Mahayuti. All the 3 leaders are working in tandem with each other, that is Devendra Fadnavis, Ajit Dada Pawar and Eknath Shinde ji, and we are going to win the forthcoming elections. However, like I said earlier, in some seats, even Maha Agadi is facing this problem, where almost in 5 or 6 seats, and we are also having this issue in 2 or 3, 4 seats, and we will sort it out between ourselves. The important thing is that, I want to mention here very specifically that Nawab Malik was the minister in the NCP Congress government as well. And when he bought this property in 2005, that's the Goawala compound, he was part of the NCP and the Congress and not part of the Shiv Sena. Secondly, this is the internal issue of Ajit Dada's party, and I am sure that Ajit Pawar ji will sort out the internal issue of the party. However, all three leaders will work for the Mahayuti candidates, official candidates, and ensure their victory across the state.
Well, thank you very much, Krishna Hegde, for putting this into perspective. However, even Krishna Hegde makes no official comment as far as the candidate from Anushakti Nagar is concerned. There is some amount of confusion that has basically emerged right now, Suvesh, with regards to whether at all this was a last-minute decision taken by the Chief Minister himself, because they have to perhaps go in for some sort of a damage control, because you have the Mahavikas Aghadi training their guns at the Mahayuti right now, saying that if you have raised questions about the alleged underworld link with Nawab Malik, how exactly has he been now given a ticket to contest from Mankur Shivaji Nagar constituency? That remains, perhaps the biggest bone of contention right now.